I came home from London, only to see my 240k parked in my parents' driveway, but my dad looked me dead in the face and said, "Grow up and share." I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I just walked away. Then the FBI blocked their house. Minutes later, my brother was in handcuffs. I spent 9 months in London, running risk architecture for an international compliance firm. 80-hour work weeks, cold takeout, and zero social life. Every single penny of my bonuses went toward one clean goal: wire clearing the title on a custom, shot gray Porsche 911 GT3 touring, $240,000 paid in full. Before leaving the States, I arranged for the vehicle to be delivered to a climate-controlled private storage bay near my hometown. The spare key and delivery authorization were left inside a locked, biometric safe in my personal home office at my parents' estate, a property where I had paid off the second mortgage 2 years prior just to keep him afloat. My younger brother Julian was 26, the golden child who never held a job longer than 4 months, constantly jumping between get-rich-quick crypto schemes and luxury lifestyle vlogging. Whenever Julian crashed a car or defaulted on a line of credit, my father had the exact same script: "We are family. You're the older brother. You carry the weight." I landed at JFK on a Tuesday morning, caught a train upstate, and took an Uber straight to the house. I didn't even make it past the curb before my stomach dropped. There it was, sitting in the middle of the gravel driveway under direct sunlight. The front splitter had fresh, jagged scrape marks. The custom-forged rims were coated in thick black gray dust. Empty fast food bags and energy drink cans were visible through the tinted driver's side window. Julian had broken into my safe, forged a transport release with my scanned signature, and had the car brought to the house 3 weeks earlier. I stepped out of the cab and walked into the kitchen. My duffel bag hit the floor with a dull thud. My father was standing by the island pouring coffee. He didn't hug me. He didn't ask about London. He just set his mug down, looked me dead in the eyes, and braced his shoulders. "I know what you're going to say, Marcus," he said, his voice flat and defensive. "Where did he get the keys, Dad?" I asked quietly. "He needed transportation to meet with real estate investors in the city. You've been in Europe acting like you're better than this family. You already have a massive salary." He cracked my private safe and committed vehicle theft. My dad leaned in, his face hardening. "Grow up and share. Julian has had a rough year, and you having 200 grand sitting in a garage while he struggles is an insult to this house. He's keeping the keys for the summer. You're not calling the local cops, and you're not making a scene. Deal with it." I stood there for 3 seconds. I didn't yell. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't smash a glass or demand the keys back. Years of being the family's doormat evaporated into something completely freezing. I nodded once, picked up my duffel bag, turned on my heel, and walked out the front door. My father yelled after me from the porch, "Marcus, don't you dare walk away like a child." I kept walking down the long driveway, pulled my phone from my coat pocket, and dialed a direct extension. "Special Agent Miller," the voice answered on the second ring. "Agent Miller, this is Marcus Vance. The target took physical possession of the asset. The vehicle is parked at the primary residence. 3 weeks before my flight back from London, my security alerts pinged. Julian hadn't just stolen my car keys. He had accessed my backup business laptop in that safe and used my encrypted corporate token to wire $240,000 from an overseas staging account to cover his massive debts with an unlicensed offshore sports betting ring. He thought he was being clever, moving funds through my name. What he didn't know was that my firm handles federal anti-money laundering compliance. The FBI's financial crimes unit had already flagged his ring 2 months prior. I had cooperated fully with Agent Miller from London. I signed the evidentiary affidavits, allowed the wire trail to close, and told them I would confirm the location of the purchased and converted assets the moment I landed. I walked 3 blocks to the corner diner, ordered a black coffee, and sat by the window. 10 minutes later, 4 unmarked black Suburbans tore past the intersection, sirens screaming in short, sharp bursts. They blocked both ends of the driveway. From my booth, I watched federal agents reach the front yard, sidearms unholstered, tactical vests strapped tight. Julian was dragged out of the front door in gym shorts, screaming at the top of his lungs as they forced him onto the hood of the Porsche. My father ran out onto the lawn in his socks, waving his arms, desperately trying to shove an agent back, only to be shoved directly to the ground and threatened with federal obstruction charges. Julian was in steel cuffs within 90 seconds. The Porsche was loaded onto a federal flatbed as seized evidence. My phone started blowing up. 34 missed calls from my mother, 17 voicemails from my father screaming that I had destroyed the family. I took a slow sip of my coffee, tapped the screen, and blocked every single one of their numbers. They wanted me to share, so I shared him with the federal penitentiary.